I'm here with Harris at Allen Brothers Meats and other products. How are you, Harris?
I'm doing great. How are you today?
Fine. Just trying to wake up this morning. It's a fine morning here on Sunday. We're having a great show here at NRA.
Yesterday was a great day. It was an awesome day. Customers were in the booth all day. You know, at Allen Brothers, we've been around since 1893, and we started in the old stockyards in Chicago. And over the last 130 years, we've always been about quality. So we buy the best meat from the best plants in the Midwest. And over the last 20 years, we've now really expanded nationally. So we've got Allen Brothers locations all across the country, servicing the best restaurants, hotels, casinos across the country.
So let's talk a little bit about the meats. They're behind you here.
Yep.
Where do the meats come from? Where are they sourced, and how are they raised? And what's the story with the meats? These look fantastic.
Yeah. So this is actually our West Home Wagyu program. Okay. This comes from Australia.
Mm-hmm.
So this product is raised for over 3 years. It is a fantastic product and performs every single time, and you can see how beautiful it is.
It's got that marbling that everyone desires. That's
Absolutely.
for sure. So, okay. So what else is going on? So this is going out to restaurants across
across the country, yeah.
Across the country. And you are based out of New York?
I'm based out of Florida, but I live in airplanes.
You live in airplanes?
I do.
Don't we all? That's fantastic. So tell us a little bit more about some of the proteins that you've got.
Yeah, we should just walk. I think that's probably what's best.
Okay.
We'll take you through the cases.
Let's do that.
So
here's the case.
So first we had the West Home Wagyu program. Over here we have our Vanda roast pork program.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a never antibiotics ever. It's 100% Duroc. Which is a great breed of pork and a great eating experience. Mm-hmm. And then over here we have our Mosner Lamb and Veal, who's our national partner. They've been around 3 generations. For us, the big theme is about partnership. So that's kind of what we have here is multiple vendors who partner with us to serve all these amazing customers.
So you have a consistent quality over the generations of time. That's saying a lot these days.
Absolutely. It's consistency is most important, especially with how expensive proteins are now.
Yep.
You know, the customers need to know that every time it gets in the back door that it's perfect.
Yep, right on.
And then in this next case, we have really the core of what Allen Brothers is about.
Yes.
Allen Brothers, like I said, we buy the best meat from the Midwest. And you can see our amazing Midwest Prime, and then down here we've got some of our snow Wagyu beef from Japan.
Look at that.
So we actually import that program directly from Japan, and it's exclusive to us. So it's called Japanese A5 snow beef. So it's actually raised in a Yukimori snow temple in Japan, and for 30 days, and it helps. Obviously, the marbling is unbelievable.
That is it. I've never seen a cut of meat like that, with that level of marbling.
And as we've continued to expand Allen Brothers, we've really expanded into seafood as well.
Yep.
So over here we have Allen Brothers seafood as well as Foley fish. So Foley fish has been around for 120 years. So same thing with the Allen Brothers legacy. We went to buy the best fish company who's been around in New England, which was Foley, and combined we're now building a national brand between Allen Brothers and Foley. So you can see the beautiful fish that we do for our customers day in, day out.
That's fantastic. So you get orders from around the country. They ship fresh, frozen, fresh.
Yeah, depending on the market, we do a great job in frozen.
Yeah.
And then we also have fresh fish in the markets where we have fresh fish cutting facilities.
Okay. To all the finer restaurants in the U.S.
The best.
The best. Only the best. Well, Harris, thanks very much.
Thank you very much for your time.
So now you have another division. Let's go look at that.
So Chef's Warehouse was founded on specialty goods.
Yeah.
I'm the land-based guy, so I'm going to turn you over to Jen Sussman, who she is the expert in everything from cheese charcuterie, and I'm going to turn you over to her right now. So this is Jen Sussman.
Harris, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good to meet you.
Harris.
Thanks, Jen.
Good morning.
Good morning, Jen. How are you?
I'm well. How are you? Sorry.
Remember your name? Jennifer. Yes. So what's going on here with this part of the company?
This is our specialty division of Chef's Warehouse. This is the base of what the company was founded on, which was butter, eggs, dairy, and of course cheese and charcuterie. So we have a division for COP, which is center of the plate. We'll also have a produce division, and we have a specialty division. And specialty is everything that does not encompass those two divisions.
Yummy.
Yes. Well,
I'm looking at this beautiful cheese here.
Yes, the Shropshire.
The Shropshire. So you're getting cheese, you're sourcing cheese from around the world?
We are sourcing cheese from around the world, from Italy, we source cheese from France, Spain, and of course the UK.
The UK.
Yeah.
Great, awesome. So anything else you want to add? What do we have here, for example? Artichoke.
This is the ultimate artichoke, and this is Fran. He's
Hey,
the
Fran. Hello.
representative
Nice to meet
of
you.
Ultimate Artichoke. It's an amazing product.
Amazing
would you like
product.
to speak on it a bit, Fran?
Yeah, we are farmers. We have the factory inside the harvest. With
The factory inside what?
check in Spain, southeast,
Spain, okay.
Murcia, Alicante.
Very
Yeah.
nice, yeah.
Take the artichoke in the first hour in the morning, and
Yes.
before 8 hours the process is complete. The process is only clean. The variety is a Blanca de Tudela, clean by hand,
Yeah.
and confit about 90 minutes
Mhm.
with extra virgin olive oil.
Okay.
Nothing more. I'm coming for the
Mm.
chef warehouse
Yummy.
exclusive in US.
Yes.
Um,
We love
flour-
it.
Yeah.
It's an
I,
amazing
it's
product,
amazing
though,
product.
because what happens is there's no waste on
Yeah.
it. It's completely usable, and you can use it in any capacity. You can fry it, you can saute it, and then you can actually make it into a beautiful flour, which he has done here. So as a presentation, and it's labor saver for the chef, and it's also an amazing item. People love artichokes, but there's so much labor involved in cleaning them and waste. This is no waste.
Yeah. I used to live near Salinas, California.
Oh yes,
Right? You're familiar?
I am from there. Yep.
You really?
Well, I lived in San Francisco. My family's from the Central Valley.
Yeah, I lived in San Francisco also. So
Yeah.
we all know about Salinas and the artichoke festivals
Yes.
and all of that. But this is a really great way to do it, isn't it?
Yes, it is
Yeah.
actually.
I think for chefs, it really brings out a lot of menu options for them now.
Right.
And there it
This
is.
is the
And then-
this is the flour. This is the artichoke flour. It's a beautiful. Yeah.
Isn't that
And
beautiful?
there's no choke. There's no waste.
Yeah.
There's nothing, yeah.
Yeah. And you can saute it or fry it, whatever
This
you
is
choose.
a great thing for restaurants. This is just a fabulous product. Good job.
Thank you.
Yes, it's beautiful.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Chris.
Well, thank you very much, Jennifer. I'll let you get back to work.
Enjoy the show.
Thank you. You
Thanks.
too.
All right.
Bye-bye. I'm here with John at Craft Master Growlers. How are you, John?
Yeah, I'm good. Very good. Thanks.
Good. Great show, huh? Good. It's getting better.
Seems to have rebounded.
It's
yes.
rebounding nicely, isn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah. And so tell us a little bit about what you've got here with the Master Growlers, how these benefit a restaurant, what people can do with them.
Yeah. So our company has been producing hotel restaurant equipment for more than 20 years. Glass, ceramics, and stainless steel. And so about 4 years ago, we developed these pressurized growlers. So
Okay.
they're a very high-end growler for home bars, home brewers, restaurants, breweries, brew pubs.
And is the pressurization something that you guys came up with, or is that standard in the industry now?
So the food service industry uses the type of cartridges that we use to keep our growlers pressurized. They're standard in the food service industry.
Okay.
So it's just regular food grade CO2.
Yep.
Our models currently use a non-threaded version of that.
Okay.
And then there are two sizes, depending on if it's a half-gallon growler or a 1 gallon growler. So 16 gram and 18 gram,
Yeah.
single, one fill, single use. Of course, they're for beer and mostly used for beer, but anything carbonated is fine. And people are moving into using them for mixed drinks, ciders, anything that uses soda. Spritzers are
Yes.
okay.
Sparkling water, even, I imagine.
Well, you could even use sparkling water. You could actually push anything you wanted through it.
Yeah.
But we also have a coffee system, so it's a cold brew coffee package where we have a special nitro tap
Yeah.
that just is a fitment that you switch out the regular tap,
Yeah.
and you use. Oh, there we go. Now you use N2O cartridges. So,
Okay. Nitrogen.
but for the main products we basically have 3 lines, and there's 13 different growlers. So we start with the Eco Traveler growler, which is lightweight, good for backpack, tailgating, easy to move around, and very inexpensive.
Okay.
And then you move up to kind of our primary line, which are double wall insulated growlers. They are 1 gallon and half gallon. And the reason those capacities has to do with the filling laws around the country for takeout beer, for filling growlers.
Okay.
There are restrictions in certain locations,
Okay.
but a gallon and a half gallons pretty much universal out throughout the country now you can fill. Some places you can't fill bigger, some places you can't fill smaller.
So, the application for these in the food service industry, these
So
are going
we
to be
have-
based tableside? And
Yeah, so, one day we hope that any bar will bring it directly to the table and use it tableside. But I think the reality is currently it's used for poolside, cabanas, beachside.
Okay.
It's used for venues where, such as weddings, where they're outside and they're further removed from the bar area.
Yeah, okay.
We have some, like in Washington State, where we're from, we have a venue, for example. They have cabins on a lake. They have a brew pub and restaurant, and then they have the growlers available for the guests after they eat at the lodge to take the beer back to their cabins for the evening. So
Because-
room service is a possibility.
Okay. Yeah, because I remember being in a pub in Colorado up in the mountains, and they had a growler built into the actual table people were sitting at,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you purchased the growler, I think. And
Uh-huh.
It was under the table with the nozzle sticking up at the top.
Oh, yeah.
So that was interesting.
Yeah, so we do have some accessories that enable that type. Some of the systems are very common in the homebrew space. So, for example, all our caps are universal. This is a kegerator cap, so someone can go to the brew pub, buy 1 gallon of beer,
Okay. Yeah.
and then you can use your own kegerator. But the way they're designed
I love it.
is with a decorating area for
Yeah.
the brew pubs or brew space, and then it's the same size as a standard milk carton.
Yeah.
So for
That's very nice. It's the way you can do that on this metal.
oh, and some of the etching is amazing. You can see more on our website. And we have the etching looks. We
It's
do that
very
all.
attra-
We
very
do that all
attractive.
in house. You can do your own custom design just straight from our website.
Great.
But you put it in the fridge door, turn it to the side. You just open your door. It turns your fridge into a kegerator.
A kegerator. What could be better than a kegerator?
Yeah.
John, anything else you want to add? It's pretty good. I mean, this is really nice stuff, I think, for a lot of different applications.
No, we'd
That's it.
like to support the craft brew industry, and so we're continuing to innovate. We've got new products and new lines coming out this year. So keep in touch at craftmastergrowlers.com.
Yeah. And if you're going to be at the NRA show today, Sunday, or tomorrow, Monday, or Tuesday, stop on down South Hall. And the exhibit number here again?
5415.
5415 in the South Hall, so stop down for that. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
I'm here with Jeremiah. He's the CEO of FreshFry. Jeremiah, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Excellent, good to hear. So this is another oil filtration product at the show, and what we want to know is how it works and how it really differentiates itself from other products out there.
Absolutely. So I noticed you say another oil filtration product. That's very accurate. When I was actually in college, I used to take all of those products and try to clean oil to make diesel. So what makes this different is something that's easy for me to use.
Yep.
So I actually started it because I wanted something that was easy for restaurateurs to use. We use all plant-based ingredients, and if you have a fryer, all you need is a pod. You don't need any other additional pieces of equipment, which makes it just easier and safer on the restaurants.
This a pod, you say?
Yes.
So
a
one
pod.
of these guys.
One of these.
And so this is the thing. So this is great. And you say that this is environmentally
It's made of plants.
made of plants.
And basically what you do is you tuck a pot in at night, you leave it in the fryer, and then it's removing the things that make your oil taste bitter, turn dark, start to smoke.
It absorbs. Okay.
And then you take it out the next day, let it drain, and your oil's refreshed.
Okay. And reusable or
It's a one-time use. What we get this product from is a second use process.
okay.
So we wanted to make sure instead of going to the landfill, you just add a little bit more value.
Okay.
So it's supporting several power energy markets as well.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So when I say another filtration, there are several different methods of doing it. And
That's
this
right.
is certainly a different one.
That's right.
There's the Magnusol people who have an absorption situation. It's different. It's synthetically done. And then there is Oil Chef, who has some sort of a catalytic thing, with little ball bearings in there, something like that. It's very interesting. Everything's very different.
Yeah.
And that's what's great about it. You know, we
Yeah.
have an opportunity and a choice here. And what we're looking for is great oil filtration at a good cost point.
That's right.
So let's talk about that. So we use this one time, and then we just use another one.
That's
you
right.
get a case of them in a sense.
That's right. So we get a case of 21, and for all the other solutions that you mentioned, they all have very strong, call them chemical backgrounds.
Yep.
You know, the science is sound.
Yep.
So what we really focus on is execution, because what we find is a technology can't work from the shelf. Your people have to actually want to use it,
Yep.
and it needs to be at a price point where people are okay actually implementing it.
Right.
So we wanted to make sure that we gave sound science at a price point that people can execute on, and a way to use a product that people, if they've dropped a basket of food 500 times in a day, what's 501 to just put a pot in?
Right. So it is a sustainability issue here. You have plant-based, and this is always a good thing for the footprint and all of that. And it's a very pragmatic solution too, because I think you've reached a good balance between filtration and price point and affordability.
Thank you.
So, yeah, that's what it sounds like to me. And I see over here that you've got a filtration demonstration. Why don't we talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so over here, again, we're all about simplicity of
Yeah.
execution.
Yeah.
So what we find is, well, oil will last as long as you want it to.
Yeah.
It's just depending on your standards. So what we have found are people, they have different standards in which they want to discard oil. What we want to do is give them a scientific backbone to
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
we want to make sure that the actual quality of the oil is safe. But what we're finding are there are individuals who are checking their oil looking into the fryer, so that looks very dark,
That's right.
you know? But when you actually allow it to go into a tube so you can take a good look at it, you can see
It's not that dark.
it's not that dark. It's actually pretty light.
That's interesting.
So it's the same effect of if you fly over the ocean and it's blue, but you take a little bit in your hand, it's still clear.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that people are making great decisions.
Okay.
So the easier the activity is to filtering oil, and
Yeah.
the easier it is to judge the oil, the more sound your operations are going to be.
Okay. That is very interesting. I had a thought of mine and it kind of slipped out of my head there, but that is truly it. And yeah, I remember when I worked in a restaurant back in my college days, and the fryer, you know, the big boss would come by, the owner, he owns several restaurants. You come in, you walk down the line of the kitchen, come up to the fryer, and you take the basket and drop it into the oil, and see how far down the basket goes before you can't see it anymore.
Yeah.
You know, remember that?
Yeah.
And so that's the thing, you know.
You know that's patented, right?
Is it?
Yeah, there's a dipstick that's patented.
Yeah.
That is just dipping it in the oil, see if you can see it.
Yeah. So anyway, it reminds me of that, but it's very funny. But oil, it's a big cost, oil.
Yes.
And you really do want to save money, and you want to serve better tasting food. So all of this stuff is really important, and we applaud all you oil filtration people and your product at FreshFry. It's great. It's simple.
Thank you.
It's a simple to use product. Boom, you got a bag. Here it is, folks. You have this bag, and you get a case of them, and you throw them. and it's
Much like cornhole. Well, actually, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not safe if
Watch
you throw it
this.
like cornhole.
Right. Well, beanbag that. Yeah, that's good. All right, Jeremiah, anything else you want to add? I mean, for people to come down here, got any programs going on for people to come to the booth?
Well, yeah. So one thing that's really important to us is, while simplicity is key, we want to make sure that you're able to try things and make a profit from it. So anything that we're giving to you, we want to make sure it works for you. So if it doesn't, we're the money back guarantee. We're the people that want to work with you. Our whole team here is just geared, ready to help you make a decision that's right for your operations. And we'll be the first to tell you if there's something that fits you better.
Excellent. On that note, Jeremiah, thank you very much.
Thanks, Chris.
Pleasure.
I appreciate it.
Okay, cool. Hello, I'm here with Dan from Landmark Studio and Design. Dan, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm doing really well. It's really nice to be here with you today to talk about your products. I think they're unique. I think you do a great service to the environment here, amongst other things. Let's talk a little bit about what you have here and how this is constructed and made, and on these sorts of things?
Sure. Well, this is recycled milk containers. This unit itself is made from 1,200 recycled milk containers. So we're basically diverting milk containers from being thrown into the landfill, actually being made into a usable, viable product. You can see all the various colors that are available to us, and so we can make things to your specifications.
And you were saying your company alone diverts how many?
About 1 million.
1 million. I mean, that's a tremendous number, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. And so and these are of course recyclable at the end of their use as well.
Yes, they are. You would never throw anything like this away. The idea is that this could be thrown into the recycle bin again and made into new product. And what they say, they believe, is that the plastic will be recycled up to 15 times. So an original milk jug will be in existence for 350 years if you add the lifetime of this product before it would need to be recycled again.
That's certainly really important stuff. So what else can you tell us? I mean, as far as a restaurant owner, you're going to ask, what differentiates you then primarily from the competition when it comes to getting things like this for their restaurant or whatever operation it may be, a spa or a resort, something like that? All of those folks, they're going to look at you and go, well, yeah, okay, it's recycled. But really, what is the principal difference between you and other guys out there?
Well, most of the other trash enclosures or busing stations, podiums, or bars, they're all made out of wood or metal, and sometimes particle board. And the longevity of a number of those things are really not that long. And the especially like the particle board containers that you see with the Formica on the top of them, they start, the corners start chipping, things start looking a little worn after a while. So this is, and most of those types of products have very little recycled material added to them.
Right.
Where this unit here is basically 90% recycled material.
Yeah.
So if you're looking to show your commitment to the sustainability, this is your product right here.
This is it.
Yes.
And I mean, it's interesting because I mean, it doesn't look like it's a sustainable. It looks very, plasticky, and it looks like it's not sustainable. I mean, versus looking at a nice wood structure, people are going, "Oh, it's wood.
Yeah.
Oh, wood is so nice. It's mellow." I mean, it's a fantastic structure. This thing looks like it's impermeable. I mean, it's never going to do anything like twist. Things start rocking on their foundations because they warp a little bit with moisture, temperature, this and that.
Yeah.
This thing is going to be solid, right?
Yes, it is. And one thing you can see, like from the edge right here, is that the color goes all the way through the product. It's not just a surface color; it is throughout the entire product, the color.
And that's actually a really good point.
Yes, if something was to get dented or scratched, you don't see it as bad as if it was a different type of a material.
So it always has that new look to it.
Sure.
That's fantastic. Let's look at this here. So you have all the different colors here.
Mm-hmm.
That's very nice. And here we have an example for spa use. So that's terrific. So I think that's really the killer application here, the environmental side of this.
Yes.
So companies really want to do that thing with reducing the footprint, footprint, carbon, and the microplastics, and all of these things.
Exactly.
And this is really a good solution for people, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
And we also, as you're coming over this way,
so.
you can see that we have a nice line of outdoor furniture, tables and chairs for nowadays with
I'll tell you,
we've all experienced.
This is fantastic right here. You know that?
Very comfortable.
It's extremely comfortable. I can't get up. It's really nice. This is really nice stuff. It looks really good too.
Yeah. And it actually has it can have an umbrella put into it if you wanted to have, that feature
I
also.
see that right there.
Yep.
You gotta go home. Yeah, you want to have an umbrella for sure. Next thing, you're going to have Adirondack chairs.
We do have Adirondack chairs. We're just limited on what you can bring to a show. You can't bring everything.
Yeah.
I mean, otherwise we would have a huge booth. And
it's fantastic. I love it. And so let's get people down here. Booth 3580 in the South Hall,
Yes.
NRA 23, folks. If you're seeing this thing on Monday, come down. Dan is going to be here. He wants to talk to you about this
Yes.
stuff, right?
Yes, sir.
It's all really good stuff. So, Dan, anything else you want to add to it, or basically that's
no,
it?
I would just, it would be great. People come on down and, if sustainability is something that is true to their heart and they really want to, keep plastics out of the water, then this type of a product is for you.
Out of the landfills.
Yes.
I mean, 1 million plastic containers.
Yes.
Your company alone.
Our company.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Think about that, folks. That's a lot. Okay. Dan, thank you so much.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Bye. With Trey at Matic here at the NRA Show 23. This is booth 3441, so if you get in this weekend, come on down and say hi to these guys. Trey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you very much.
Nice.
This is a fantastic exhibit.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we're excited for this one.
Tell us a little bit about what we're standing in front of right here with the guitars.
So Micromatic, we're showing our capabilities. We're starting here with our design center. So we're showing custom different towers. We got 3 different ones. So our guitar towers. So
That's beautiful.
we just came from Nashville and we had a big music presence there.
Yeah.
On the back bar, you can see we've got our propeller tower as well as our bullhorn tower. So showing different designs. Our saying is, if you can dream it, we'll build it.
Okay.
So give us
There
your
it is.
design, give us your drawings, and we will make it happen for you.
So I've got a little book here in my hands. Well, when Laura comes back with the camera, we'll show that to her as well.
So I mean, the best thing is it's cocktail napkins. So some of the best some of the best ideas happen at the bar. So all
This is
cocktail
good.
napkins.
Let's go over here and talk to Laura real quickly.
Absolutely.
See, if you can dream it, what?
We can build it.
If you can dream it, we can build it. And guess what? It's on cocktail napkins. So that's pretty good, because the greatest things in the world have happened
At the bar.
At the bar on a
Over
cocktail.
beer.
Open multinational corporations have started this way.
There you go.
So this is great. Hold on to that. So let's talk about what else you're doing here at the.
All right,
at the
so
front.
as we go to the left side of our booth, we've got some more innovation. So we've got Bar Trek. It's a partner that we've just signed an agreement with for distribution.
Yep.
So they do quality control on tap. So
This thing right here?
So this is a 4-product sensor, 2-product sensor. So tools to measure flow, quality, throughput, yields, and help you make sure that your draft beer system is performing as good as possible.
It's like the space shuttle. I mean, honestly, it's wonderful now.
Yeah,
It's
one
good.
of the best things about Bar Trek is there's no turbine flow meter, so nothing disrupts the flow of the beer, so nothing impedes it. They're the only ones that offer that. So we're offering that now and also integrating it into our systems in the future.
So that definitely, I was going to ask you, what differentiates
That's one of the
you
key
from?
differentiators is the ability to go through, make sure you get the quality and yield for what we're doing.
Fantastic. And so down here, then we've got some of these cold brew dispensers. Let's go look at that. So
on this side of the booth, we're showing some of our innovation.
come on through, Laura.
Going online, we've got a
There you
juice
go.
dispenser.
Thank you. Yeah. I'm sorry.
We've got a juice dispenser, a water dispenser, so those are individual applications.
Okay.
Designed for hotels, banquet centers, some office buildings. A lot of them have expanded their cafeteria offerings.
What is this doing here?
This is a prototype. This is 101. So
Okay.
this is a whipped cream machine. So it's
Okay.
designed to do toppers. So
This
coffee,
is a whipped cream machine. Okay.
and so it does the coffee, it does the whipped cream, and also a cold foam topper for coffee chains and other concepts that need to try to be a little bit more green in the products that they offer. So not going through as many of the small cans. Yeah.
Awesome.
So
Okay.
it's 101. It's an early prototype for us, but we wanted to bring it to the show, and one of our employees had the idea to do the Holstein cow print on it.
I like it.
Yeah.
I love it, actually. It's really great.
So a couple more that we've got here is a dairy unit.
Yeah.
So this can do up to 4 different dairy products.
This one
It
here.
can do pre-roast, so it can do controlled pour, dosed amounts,
Yeah.
and full NSF approval behind the dairy application.
Full NSF approval to boot. That's fantastic. And then, of course, here we have your nitro.
This is standard nitro for us.
Standard
so,
nitro.
Still a nitrogenate product.
Okay.
And then on the back, we're showing what we think is the future for dispense.
Over here?
Yeah.
So here's your really the creme de la creme of this place, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I looked at this thing, and
So, I mean, our goal here is we're showing an integrated system, hot and cold on tap.
Yep.
So the 4 products on the left are hot.
Yep.
Then we've got 12 cold products. These
Yeah.
are all served from concentrate.
Yeah.
So blended at different ratios, depending what the manufacturer specifies.
Yeah.
They can be served nitrogenated, carbonated, or still.
Okay.
The other key benefit is what we're trying to show here is a lot of our product companies are donating product to us.
Okay.
they're bringing their customers by and they're like, will the customer really understand, does this work, does this pour? And we have a video camera back here getting it, and you'll notice that we don't have a bartender. It's not staffed, and people are just coming up, seeing the screen, going up, engaging with equipment, and trying it.
It's fun.
It's a great application for us to learn how easy our product is to use.
It's delicious, the stuff coming out of here.
It is, yeah. I mean, so for us, I mean, it's really seeing what is the opportunity, how does the customer want their product to be presented, and how do you engage and open up a whole new profit stream for many of our customers.
Yeah, love this dispensing system.
Yep.
Fantastic.
So Micromatic, the key thing for us is everything on tap.
Yeah.
And we can give us any beverage you can, and we'll make sure that we can make it pour right.
Micromatic, everybody.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's right. Thanks so much.
Appreciate your time.
Got it. I am here with Michael. Michael's the CEO of Motif Ingredients, yes?
Motif Foodworks.
Motif Foodworks, excuse me. And how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for coming over today.
You bet. How's the show going for you so far?
Fantastic. This is my first NRA show.
Yeah.
And it's been an incredible experience. But we have a great team in place, and we're excited to show you some of the things that we're doing here.
Yeah, I would love to hear about them. I remember trying this out last year when I was here, and I thought that the beef that I tried, your plant-based beef, was indeed some of the best the best I had in the show, actually. The texture, the flavor, I mean, it really resembled beef, and it was really, really good. But anyway, talk to us about what you're doing with everything.
Sure. So Motif is here to make plant-based foods more delicious. Plain and simple. That's what we do.
Good mission.
Because we believe that, for plant-based foods to become more attractive to consumers and for people to want to come back and buy the products over and over again, taste and texture just have to be better.
It does.
And so we do that from a B2B standpoint. So we develop ingredients and finished products that we think can really help raise the bar on the consumer eating experience.
Yeah, and that is important. The texture is so critical to how we evaluate taste, is it not?
Yeah, absolutely. And when people talk taste, texture can usually be a part of that conversation where like the whole experience is just, it has to achieve a certain level, right?
Yeah.
But, authentic texture, for example, if you're trying to find an experience like meat with a totally plant-based option, you don't want to trade off on like mushy texture or spongy texture. You want that bite quality. You want pieces that stick between your teeth and that juiciness to come through.
Yeah, and that's what I experienced, I felt last year with the beef. And I know you've got a lot of things in the pipeline now. Maybe you want to talk about that. But this is B2B, so you are producing it as a private label to people who want to go into the plant-based food business, correct?
Yeah, and let me explain. We have a couple levels to what we do on the B2B side.
Okay.
So fundamentally, we develop ingredients that improve the flavor and texture of plant-based products. Meat products, dairy products, you name it.
You develop the ingredients.
Correct, yeah. The first two ingredients out of our pipeline that we're showcasing in all of our products today, first is called himami. It's the same protein that you find in beef muscle that makes the beef bleed and change color when you cook it and have that great flavor and aroma. The other ingredient is called apotex, which produces the same effect as connective tissue in meat. So it gives you that authentic bite quality, that springiness, that juiciness, right?
Yeah.
And then we formulate those into a range of finished products that really show what that technology can do. Because at the end of the day, everyone understands great food. No, not a lot of people understand ingredient technology. So for us, it's really important to make great food products.
I think that's right. A lot of us do not understand that.
And really, it's about making great food. So, this show is where we're launching our whole range of finished products this year. So we've got 3 finished products, Motif Beef Works, which is our beef burger and beef grounds. Motif Pork Works, which is our pork grounds. Motif Chicken Works, which is our chicken cutlet. And we're also going to be launching Cheese Works later this year.
That's what I understand. So the cheese is, because cheese, I thought cheese was improving quite a bit, but I was corrected about that last year. And the cheese is actually, because cheese, the taste isn't there, it's pasty, and it doesn't stretch. But I understand you're working on a stretchy, very realistic.
That's right. Cheese is one of those products that people, including me, have a very strong emotional connection to.
Exactly.
It has to be a certain way. That meltiness, that gooiness has to come through. And so what we've done is developed a plant-based cheese using some really interesting corn protein technology. Corn of all things, right?
I know.
Can help to make a plant-based cheese better.
Right.
So it makes it stretch and melt more like real cheese. And we're really excited to be introducing that to operators and to the industry, because we totally agree the bar just has to be higher for plant-based cheese, and we can do a lot better.
It's horrible. I mean, you know, I asked a vegan friend of mine, so what are you doing for plant-based cheese? He goes, I don't.
Yeah, and that's the attitude, right? Where people won't come into the category because the products just aren't good. So we want to do our part to change that. And we think through Beef Works, Pork Works, Chicken Works, and Cheese Works, like we can really start to move the needle on the quality of these products.
Yeah, in terms of researching on those plant-based, I feel like we're in the final mile. It's like the delivery mile in merchandise. It's the final mile. Getting to that last mile is difficult logistically. But you know, I think it's happening now more and more in the plant-based community, like what you're doing here.
Agreed, and that's where, you know, Motif is a little bit different than some of our peer companies, because we combine the upstream know-how on technology with knowledge of how to bring that to life in food that works for operators. Right. So we designed all these products with operators in mind, so that it doesn't take a lot of extra work to handle or prepare. Everything that we make will work on back-of-house equipment that you'd find in a normal quick-serve restaurant or fast-casual restaurant or any real operational scenario. So it's got to be easy for the operators to work with. At the end of the day, it's about what problem are we trying to solve for them, and we think our products do that.
How do you think it's moving on the price point issue? I mean, I find a lot of people saying, yeah, I really like the fact that Burger King is coming out with plant and all that. But they're going, but the price of the burger is $12 or something like this. Where do you think it's going with that now? Do you think it's getting down to a place that's more acceptable?
Ultimately, I think that all will even out. I think what we're seeing now in the industry is the issue of scale, which is driven by taste and texture. So if we can do a better job of making these products more delicious and more appealing, scale will work itself out. But without that, the scale's never going to come. So I think we're still very early days, and we're going to be seeing that change, those dynamics change over time.
In the 20s, I would say 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, we're going up.
Absolutely, and I think like in any nascent industry, the upward trend will be consistent, but there'll be some fluctuations along the way. It's not a solid upward trajectory all the time. So we're very bullish, as you can imagine, on the future of plant-based foods, and we're just getting started.
We want to make sure that the ingredients are what they are, like you're talking about, and that consumers are getting the levels of protein that they're associated to getting, that's a correct word, with meat, with animal-based products, so that the proteins are there. You know, all the amino acids, the lysine, everything is there, and so that people want that, people need that. And so I think that's what you guys are getting closer to.
Yeah, and that's a non-negotiable. I think that the number one reason why people adopt a plant-based lifestyle is because they believe it's better for them. And we have to deliver on that. Right? And I think today, you know, not every product does. So I think that's an area where we're also focused on, and a lot of people at this show are too. But we agree, it's taste, texture first and foremost, and then nutrition's also critical. But you know, we have to deliver on that promise.
Good. So people can reach out to you guys if they want to have a great burger produced under their label.
Absolutely.
And they just simply look you up. You're on LinkedIn and you have a website?
Absolutely. We're at madewithmotif.com. If you're at the show, come visit us at booth 490. We're here for the whole show.
Excellent.
And we're launching our beef and pork products at this show. We're also announcing chicken. That's going to be a little bit later this year. In August, we'll be launching that. But we're ready to serve. We're ready to get into market with operators, and we couldn't be more excited to be here launching our products.
And again, I urge people to come down here and try it. I think your products taste absolutely amazing. They're really, really good.
Thank you very much.
So, Michael, thanks very much.
My pleasure.
And we'll see you again. Thanks. Darren at Whip It at the NRA Show 23 in the North Hall. And what's the booth number here?
This is 8017.
In booth 8017, stop by and see these guys. At any rate, how are you, Darren?
Really great. Excellent.
Fantastic. So tell us what you got going on here exactly.
All right. So Whip It is a brand that's been around since the 1960s. Current ownership's been in place since 1997. And we're doing a lot of innovative things like no other company in the space of whipped cream dispensers and nitrous oxide chargers.
Okay, so let's talk about that a little bit. What sets you apart from other companies that may be doing the same thing?
Well, we're the second largest supplier of this type of product in the United States. And we started a project about 5 years ago. We built a factory in California. We're the only manufacturer who produces nitrous oxide chargers in California. And very recently, we got NSF certification on our chargers, which we're very proud of. NSF certification means that the chargers had to pass a lot of tests to be certified. These chargers are also the only ones in the world that are made out of aluminum, which requires less energy to recycle, so it's more eco-friendly.
Excellent.
We also have a very unique cleaning process, which you can see here, the inside of our chargers are extremely clean. All other chargers, on the inside, there's a layer of machining oil.
Oh my goodness.
Sometimes rust, other metal particulate, and a number of different things. So we decided we can do better than that. And how are we going to let people know? And the way that we wanted to let people know is getting the NSF certification, which we don't believe our competitors will be able to get on their chargers.
Right. That's certainly a big deal, I think.
I think so. We're not exactly sure yet, but I think that if there's an NSF certified option out there and it's not more expensive, then why not?
Yeah. I think that's a big differentiation for sure, I think. Well, you want to talk about some of your products that you're offering here to people? Yeah.
So besides the chargers, our stainless steel dispenser is kind of our bread and butter dispenser. This is the most heavy duty whipped cream dispenser on earth. This base part is made with one single piece of extruded steel. All other ones have a seam that actually goes down the length of it and the bottom where the metal's welded together. So these are very, very strong and safe. Okay. They come in a few different sizes. And if you come over here, we're also the only company that makes that same kind of stainless steel charger in this beautiful copper color, which for your elegant kind of steakhouse or anywhere where they want to do anything in front of guests, this can look really nice. So these are good for not only whipped cream, but also for soups, spumas, table side. You can do something at the table and make it really elegant and fancy. So this copper color is a really popular option too.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yep. Another new.
Hello, everybody. I'm here with Baljeet and Sebastian of Equii Foods. How are you guys?
Great. Thanks for having us.
Awesome. How are you?
Good morning, Chris.
Right. It's Monday. So, did you have a good show so far, or how'd it go?
Yes. Very good show.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Well, good. Tell us a little. This is very unique, this product, I thought. It's delicious, but the nutritional value is quite different from ordinary bread. Baljeet, tell us a little bit about it.
Yes. So I'm Baljeet Gotra, CEO and co-founder of Equii. At Equii, we are passionate about creating healthiest and the most delicious food on the planet.
Great mission. Thank you. Applause.
Yes. And consumer is looking for increasing their daily protein intake. But it has been a struggle because there are not many options that are healthy as well as taste good. So we are determined to make it easier and satisfying for the consumer.
Okay.
And we do this by using our technology, which is a proprietary technology of fermenting grains to make complete proteins with all 9 essential amino acids.
Okay.
And we use these flours to add it into the foods that Sebastian will share about.
Speak a little about the food, Sebastian.
Yes. So first of all, thank you for having us live here at the National Restaurant Association show. It's a great place for us to showcase innovation, obviously, and as Baljeet mentioned, consumers are getting educated, so they're not only looking anymore for adding protein to their food, but they're looking for the right one, for the good protein.
Yes.
And that's complete protein. Right. So what we've developed here, we are, in essence, we are an ingredient provider, and we're providing solution to the industry.
Yeah.
Anyone looking at adding complete protein to baking and snacking, we've done a little bit of an array here of different applications that company could be thinking about. We've launched our bread, which is 10 grams of complete protein per slice. So if you picture on the nutritional side, 2 slices of this bread will worth 3 eggs on the plant base. So it's very a breakthrough in the baking industry.
Yeah. Well, tell us a little bit about that. Exactly how you develop these amino acids and this sort of thing?
Yeah, it's a great question. Consumer is looking to increase the daily protein intake without consuming meat.
Yes.
And it is very difficult to have complete protein from plant-based diets that are out there today. Many of these plant-based diets are lacking the complete protein. Complete protein is a protein that has all 9 essential amino acids that our body needs to maintain healthy body weight as well as the other functions.
So I'm not a scientist, I'm a media guy. I always thought that beans and other things combined, legumes, lentils, had the 9 amino acids. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
And a lot of these combinations can offer you diverse diets, as you mentioned, can offer you complete proteins.
Yes.
But usually the grains and seeds are loaded with carbohydrates.
Okay.
Also, as you consume more protein, you tend to consume more carbohydrates. But our technology increases the protein during the fermentation and reduces the carbohydrates as well. So this offers you a balanced nutrition in many of the foods that you're seeing here.
So in a way, this reminds me of a product that's been out for many years, that esquilil bread. It's sprouted. It's sprouted bread. So is that a similar?
So sprouted bread has been talked a lot in the baking industry. Sprouted in baking industries.
It's been called what?
In baking industries, sprouted wheat and sprouted grains have been used, but sprouting does not change the nutrition profile of proteins.
I see.
So they still lack the 9 essential amino acids.
Okay. I always thought the sprouting was a good thing, but it's very interesting. So very cool. So you have here baked goods, savory and sweet, whatever you want to do, right?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Products here, as you see, we have launched our sliced bread already on our website. You can go to our website and order the bread. In parallel, we are also going to retail stores, retail superstores later this summer, starting off in California and Chicago area, and then going nationwide. We are in parallel also going to food service. We are in very large hotels and resorts already, also going to universities, cafes, institutional cafes, and also hospitals. And
I'm sorry, where?
Hospitals as well. Where the healthy food is needed. And we are doing this later this year. We are expanding nationwide in both retail and food service. And we are looking for rapid growth, and for that we are looking for manufacturing partners and distributors who have similar vision as us.
That's fantastic. And I mean, I'm thinking also about school nutritional programs, because children, battling obesity in children and all of this sort of thing. But there's a cost point to consider here as well for public institutions like this. Are they going to spend the money to do all of that? And that's your challenge in that regard there. But I'm sure you'd have no problem in health, health resorts and other higher end kind of situations like that.
That's correct.
And boutique stores. So what is the website address?
It's www.equii.com.
Okay. And Equii is spelled EQUII.com. Okay. And that's basically the best place to go to order?
Yes, for now you can get the delivery right to your door if you order at website. And very soon we are coming on Amazon.com as well. And also, as I said, retail stores as well.
Okay, excellent. Well, good, it's fantastic stuff, guys. And again, this tastes just absolutely delicious. It's really, anyway. Well, good. Bajit, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
A pleasure. And Sebastian.
Thank you. Thank you, Chris. I want one last word. I want to thank the NRA show and them recognizing the Food and Beverage Award.
Did you get a shot of that there, Laura? This Fabby Award. They've got the Food and Beverage Award, Food and Beverage Industry Award for 2023. It's a few people that get them, but it's an honor to get that. That means they really recognize what you're doing. Sam, you're nothing specific. Hi, Sam. How are you?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing really well, thanks. How was the show this year?
It's been great. I mean, we love coming back to the show. I mean, we've been coming for years. Getting out here, being able to interact with our clients, industry, associations. It's great. We look forward to it every year. We've already got next year book ready to go, kind of coming back, starting back up after COVID. It's been great to reconnect.
Exactly. So it's been picking up. Last year was a little bit slow, maybe, coming back after COVID, but now it's picked right back up again.
Yeah, it has. This year's been great.
Awesome. Well, Sam, tell us about NSF. What's the mission here and the overall picture here?
Yeah, so NSF, our mission is public and planet health and safety.
Right.
We've been around for more than 75 years, and really, we are just a non-governmental, third-party, independent public health and safety organization, working in the tick industry to kind of help really all aspects of food safety.
So there's an NSF certification, and what is involved in for a mom and pop? Is that your client base? Yeah. What's involved for them in actually getting a certification?
So, we work with mom and pop all the way up to some
Fortune
of the largest
100.
clients. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But really, for us, when we speak specifically within the food equipment, and the certification, kind of getting the blue sticker on the equipment, it's broken down into design, construction, materials, and performance. So when we work with them, those are the things that are kind of built within the standards, the things we look at, like is it designed hygienically? Yeah. Is it cleanable? Are they using safe and appropriate materials that are easily cleanable, non-toxic? And then does it perform? So if it's got refrigeration or heated capability, does it do what it's supposed to do?
So as a restaurant owner, I came up to you and you told me all this. How would it affect my bottom line, and what is it really doing for my business?
Yep, so for a restaurant owner, there's a couple of significant impacts. The first thing is just from the standpoint of health department. Like NSF is widely accepted. It's written into a number of the health codes. So when a health inspector comes in, they go through the kitchen, they see that, they trust. They
Good point.
Yeah. The other piece to it is really the most costly thing that can really happen to a restaurant is getting shut down, right? Yes. So by purchasing and having that NSF certified equipment, you know that there aren't going to be any concerns from a public health and safety standpoint. You've got the correct equipment. It's easily cleanable, and your restaurant is in safe hands.
Okay. Is there a competitor to this organization? I'm thinking of Ecolab in certain regards. Is that something of what's going on there?
Yeah, so we do have some competitors, and it just depends on which sector of NSF. But in the commercial food equipment certification, there is UL, there is Intertech. They also do certify for sanitation. But NSF is the original creator of the standards.
Yeah, that's
We created the first standard back in 1944. We don't write the standards. We have a joint committee. We work with industry, regulators, in writing and or maintaining those. Yeah. And all of our competitors, are also able to kind of certify to the NSF standards, but we're kind of the original.
I don't really want to talk about the competitors, but I didn't mean to bring it up almost, but I do want to get the balance here, the whole feel for what you're doing here entirely. Because the NSF certification is a brand that I know personally, and I don't have an NSF certification, but it's the one that I think is a very large and reputable brand, and so that's the important thing. And there's a number behind it also, right? The NSF.
Yep, so for our standards, we currently have 21 food equipment standards. They range everything from standard 2, which is plates, shelves, stainless steel, all the way up through 169, which is kind of like our multi-purpose. A lot of like the automation, the innovation, you're starting to see robotics and those type of things.
Yeah. So cool. But it's well received here at the show. Restaurant owners come up and they're...
Absolutely, yep. Yeah, we're happy to speak. Obviously we speak with a lot of manufacturers that answering questions we do business with, but really restaurant owners, different associations, regulatory bodies. We're happy to talk with anyone because we're kind of plugged into all of those different areas. Every restaurant has us all throughout it, so we're happy to be able to connect with everybody.
Right. And so it's good. It's good on the business side. On the consumer side, the diner side, when they'll see an NSF sticker on the door, or is that how it works? And then
not on the door itself. The individual pieces of equipment within the commercial kitchen have the mark, and that's what like a health inspector would look for because it's specific to that unique piece of equipment.
Again, as a restaurant owner, I would say, well, is it going to draw people into my restaurant? And so. but they're not going to really know that it's opaque to them.
Correct. Yeah, it's not overly visible to the public, but with so many restaurants kind of going like front of house type kind of restaurant style and
I
stuff.
would make it
visible.
visible.
It is very
I would
visible.
make it visible, saying NSF anything with the word certified. People have a trust issue for all kinds of reasons.
Yeah, and I mean even like for a diner going into a restaurant, something like in our standard 2, recently updated, we now do like dinnerware. So even like the plates, the cups, I mean, you're going to be able to kind of see the NSF mark on the bottom of those things.
Okay.
So it is visible.
Okay. Well, that's excellent. That's really, really good. Well, Sam, awesome. And here it is right here, actually. Put that right out there. Anything else you want to add, you think? Or, what would you say to a restaurant owner who's looking at this for the first time? Come on down. Of course, it's Tuesday, but give Sam a call, right? And
yeah, I mean, that would be the biggest thing is, like I said, happy being here. We're here every year, but I mean, it's not just at the show. So any questions at all, we're here to help. That's what we're here for. Reach out, get in contact with us if you have questions about specific pieces of equipment in your restaurant, if you're looking to source certified pieces for your restaurant, any of those type of things. And really, even outside of the equipment, NSF is much larger, really like farm to fork. So, I mean, we're involved in supply chain training, lots of different things we can do for a restaurant owner outside of the equipment, even to the point where we have like a consulting and training team that are currently designing trainings and restaurant safety trainings and those type of things. So lots we can do. Please reach out. We're happy to help.
Awesome. NSF, it's a great brand for sure, I think. Yeah. Sammy, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.